Record stores will usually pay no more than 30% of the value. It's recommended you go directly to collectors on eBay and other internet auctions. Brush up your seller negotiating skills and get the most value for your record.
Well, hi everybody again in such short notice. This is Sparky Mike. Welcome to Ol'skool Reefer channel. Failed to mention in my earlier video tonight how to re-aqua scape or aqua scape a tank for free. And if you're in need of frag racks, like these printed reef solution frag racks that I guess the guy is no longer responding to emails, gone out of business, and you're in search of frag racks that fit really thick glass, this one's 5/8, and are strong enough to not fail and tip off the glass like this Gonapora used to do until I cut it in half and fall to the bottom of the tank. I found some frag racks that are rated for at least 1-inch glass. He has them for 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch, but I decided upon the 1-inch ones for this tank and even the ones downstairs, because simply if you put a large load on them, or the frags tend to grow to the rack and take off and turn into a big softball, and then fully extended look like a volleyball. They tend to fall off the glass, so I found some really strong ones. And I also failed to mention that in the last video, that the frag racks I had ordered are for 1-inch glass, and I believe they will stick pretty good to 5/8 glass with a good load on them. So I'll show you those here in a second, but this is kind of an update to my last update. And if your tank is highly overgrown with this starry polyp, which has taken over everywhere in this tank, along with pulsing xenia, which has grown into a lot of the zoanthids. There used to be a large zoanthid patch, which has now been taken over. So this is kind of an update to the last one, how to re-aqua scape a tank. As I showed in the last video downstairs, I had re-aqua scaped a tank. So if you call around to local fish shops that deal in aquatic life, you will find that some, as you've seen in my prior videos, this tank was absolutely totally overgrown. So I totally tore it apart and salvaged what I could of the purple monopora and gathered up all the rocks that were covered in the green starry polyp, which equaled about a 5-gallon bucket worth. And I took it to a local shop and they traded me for a huge box of rocks. So this is how to re-aqua scape a tank a whole lot quicker than taking the rocks out and scrubbing them, or whatever you have to do to get the pest off the rocks, such as green starry polyp or pulsing xenia. Take it into your local shop and they'll trade you almost a 2-to-1 ratio, because that is definitely more than 5 gallons worth of rock. So, and I got purple plate rock too underneath, so there's some more expensive 8-pound something per rock something. This, anyways, got a hell of a deal on re-aqua scaping. So not only got enough to replace the rock that was in here, but can start in on aqua scaping the new tank. So tip of the day, if you have some pest coral per se, or pest growth, and want to reclaim some landscape, you can get a hell of a box of rocks. So thought I'd let that be known, and as well as the Ol'skool printed reefing solutions. They were supposed to be rated for 1/2-inch glass, and of course they always tipped off and out of business these days. So here are those 1-inch rated magnets from Smart Reefing. I don't know if you can see the insignia here, but do really well at holding up mosaic tile, which is glued to your frags. So rather heavy, rather stout, won't fall off your glass. Yet, you can pull them off, but like I say, they're pretty strong, pretty decent. And if the postman doesn't drop the box or crush it, they seem to be okay. Being as they are thin acrylic, they might be more brittle than anything, but anyways, that's an update to my update. Hope everybody has a good evening. Happy reefing to you. And hope you like the updates. To the update. Take care.